Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Tuesday predicted India's growth rate to be around 7% this financial year. She said that she is aware of growth forecasts being lowered around the world, but she is confident of India's relative and absolute growth performance in the rest of the decade. Sitharaman was in Washington, D.C., US to attend this annual meeting of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. She also held a fireside chat with Indian American economist Ishwar Prasad at the Brookings Institute. She, however, added that despite her confidence in India's growth, its economy is not exempt from the impact of swirling global currents. No economy is, she added. After the unprecedented shock of the pandemic came the conflict in Europe with its implication for energy, fertilizers, and food prices. Now, synchronized global monetary policy is tightening in its wake. So, naturally, growth projections have been revised lower for many countries, including India. The triple shock has made growth and inflation a double-edged sword, Sitharaman said. The finance minister said that the next annual budget of India will have to be very carefully structured to sustain the growth momentum. The next annual budget will be presented by Sitharaman in February, and preparations for it are likely to begin in December. She said it is early to get into the specifics of next budget, but growth priorities will be on the top. She added that the concerns of inflation that have been raised will also be addressed. But then, how would you manage growth would be the natural question, Sitharaman said. Nirmala Sitharaman also spoke about the G20 and said the grouping of the top 20 economies of the world has great potential to work towards the global public good. G20 has a great potential to work towards global goods. India's stack, for instance, can become a global stack. Efficient cross-border payments and cheaper remittance are all the benefits which we can derive out of it, said Sitharaman. This comes a day ahead of India taking over the annual leadership of G20 in December. She added that India has been working very closely with other members and said, "We would love to work together with them and get some good outcomes." While speaking on various topics, Sitharaman also touched on the issue of startups who are contemplating moving overseas. She said the government is ready to talk with them and address their issues to help them stay in India. She added that the Prime Minister has also engaged with the startups and the government policies. She hinted that the government's involvement in addressing the concerns of the startups could have led to India now having 100 unicorn startups.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app. Choose the language you prefer to get updates in and be up to date with the latest news.